Sure. Well, I'm ecstatic, man. First of all, hats off to Army. That's a heck of a football team that we beat tonight. Got a tremendous amount of respect for their team and those players and what they're going to do when they get done there. And couldn't be more proud or happy for our players, our seniors. They talked about leaving a legacy this year, and they've certainly done that. They want to be the class that got things turned around here at the academy, and they've certainly done that. And so couldn't be more proud. I thought our kids came out, and we talked about playing fast and free, without fear of failure, the importance of execution over emotion. And I thought we did that for the most part today, and I thought we did it in a convincing way over a really good football team. And the 2 weeks of preparation was outstanding, and it certainly paid off today. So, again, just couldn't be more happy or proud of our players.
Questions? Gene?
Ron, what can you say about Blake's performance today? 4 touchdowns, 311 yards of total offense in his first Army-Navy game.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, Blake Horvath is a special young man. He's one of the toughest kids that I know, and he's battled through some really difficult injuries this year, and weren't sure if he was going to be able to play in this game, and really this past week was his first week of going full in practice and cut him loose, and thought he played extremely well today, and there was some rust on some of the throws that he's hit early in the year, but overall I thought he was outstanding, and he makes it go. He makes the engine go for sure. And I thought Coach Cronick had a great game plan, and thought we went out and executed it really, really well.
On that note, Coach, it's normally very hard to move the ball against this team.
Yeah.
You were approaching 400 total yards of offense. Can you talk about the new millennial wing tee and how it opens things up? You had a lot of explosive plays in that game.
Yeah.
And generally, it wasn't like beating your head against the wall like it has been in the past against Army.
Sure. We knew coming in if we'd have those explosive plays, we were going to score points, have a chance to win, and part of the reason why we're doing what we're doing offensively is for these academy games, to win the CIC, and that's part of the evolution of this offense. And Coach Cronick's done a phenomenal job. I love what we're doing, and it's going to continue to grow and evolve. And we're still a work in progress, but I thought it was an outstanding game plan. I thought our kids went out and executed it. I thought we got the ball to our playmakers today in a lot of different ways and kept them off balance.
Brian, obviously faced a tough decision with that 4th down. Go for it there. What went into that decision, and what kind of prep went into that play with Landon?
Yeah. Well, Landon Robinson is one of the most trustworthy guys on his football team, and that call was a choice, right? If we got the look we wanted, we were going to run it. If we didn't, we were going to punt it. And he saw it and called it, and we ran it. And then it's the second time he's done it this year, man. It's good seeing that big boy, 280 pounds, running as fast as he does and getting it done. And but yeah, it was I felt like if we could convert there, that'd be huge momentum, and that'd probably seal the game for us. And
muscle and conditioning test, or where do you get the trust for him to make that run?
Well, it's a work ethic. It's the way he does everything, And like I said, he's one of the most trusted guys we have on our football team, and played his tail off on defense today too. Couldn't be more proud of him.
Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, brother.
Of course. So looking into just the adversity that you've gone through this season, starting out undefeated in the first half of the season, having some of that adversity, and then getting to where you are right now, just what this moment feels like to be in that locker room with these guys that have fought through everything they fought through.
Yeah, really rewarding. And I tell you that it's a team with a lot of grit, a lot of resilience, and responded to adversity all year long. And I think that, the things that they've gone through, especially these seniors in their career here, they just don't flinch, and they keep working, they keep coming at it, and it paid off today. And I thought defensively, I know everybody's talking about the offense. I thought defensively we played lights out today. I mean, that's a really good football team. Talking about one of the best O-lines in the country. Bryson Daly is an outstanding football player, and I thought we controlled the game on defense.
And when you just kind of going off of that, the 3 interceptions forced by Bryson Daly, by your defense, just what you can say to that effect with a guy that's in the top 10 in Heisman.
Yeah, no, he's a great player, and we knew that we were going to have to stop him in order to win this football game. And I thought Coach Volker and the D staff put together a phenomenal plan, and I thought our kids went out and executed that plan really, really well.
Noah?
Coach, just this season, both Navy and Army have gotten so much attention, being in the national rankings, undefeated starts, and so forth. I guess, what does it mean specifically to win this game this year, given how good both teams have been? Yeah, I think this was the best record that both these teams have had combined coming into this game in a long, long time, right? And so, I think they're like us. We want to be significant. We want to be in the conversation, the landscape of college football. I think we both were this year, and I think because of that, maybe there's a little more significance and a little more interest maybe in this game. And I think it speaks to the times in college football a little bit too. And when we're still truly developmental programs, we do things a little bit different. We got guys that love each other, care about each other, play for each other, and I think you're seeing that. And it's hard nowadays, with the changes in college football to really build a culture that's built on love and trust. Those things take time, and we still have those here, at the academies. And that's why I think I got one of the best jobs in the country. The type of young men I get to coach, and like I said, we're still truly a developmental program, and we're building these young men. We're pouring into them. And we're developing relationships, and the relationships they have with one another. The brotherhood is really, really strong, and I think that you see that on the field maybe more so nowadays than you did in the past.
Brian, red zone defense in the second half. It looked like they had found their feet. 2 long drives. You guys hold them to field goals. What does that say about your defense? And what was the key to keeping them at bay when it seemed like they had gotten things in gear?
We knew it was going to be that way. They grind you out. They get it in 3rd and 2. They get it in the 4th and 1, and they converted on some of those 4th downs. But our kids kept fighting and kept battling in there. And we knew if we could get some stops down in the red zone, and really you want to force field goals, not give up touchdowns down there. I thought we did a good job with that.
Coach, you forced Army to really throw the ball today. They had 2 pass attempts against Tulane last week and 16 today.
16.
Was that part of the game plan to try and take away the run from the top rushing attack in the country, or did it just happen to play out that way?
Yeah, it's hard to take away that running attack, but you certainly want to control it. I thought we did that today. And if you told me they were going to throw it 16 times, I think that I would have thought that'd been a good day for us for sure.
Brian, you talked about the defense. That's a team that offensive line is accustomed to owning line of scrimmage, resetting the line of scrimmage. Your defensive front did not give an inch. Landon had 13 tackles. I think Reed had 10. And Willis had 8. That's 31 tackles from your down lineman.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, they knew it was going to be a challenge this week, and those guys have played well all year long, and couldn't be more proud of the way they played and the way they battled today. And they stepped up to the challenge. There's no doubt about it. And we knew that's where it's going to start. That's where we're going to win the game in the trenches, and that's something that we attacked in the offseason on both sides of the football. And I thought we did that today.
And we talked before the game about the quarterback matchup, and most people nationally would have presumed Army had an advantage at that position.
Yeah.
But Blake did some things today that hadn't been done in a long time. He's the first Navy quarterback to surpass 100 yards rushing and passing in the Army-Navy game since Keenan Reynolds, and he's the first Navy quarterback to account for 4 touchdowns since Craig Candido, and that was like 2002.
Yeah, well, I certainly didn't presume that, and Blake's been great all year, and he's a tough young man. Battled through some things, and ecstatic to get him back. And you're talking about a guy that didn't even make honorable mention all conference. And thought he outplayed the guy on the other side today. Truth be told, and I'm just really, really proud of him. Proud of our football team. Thought we played complimentary football today. Thought we battled. Fought, clawed, scratched, did everything we could to win this game, and just couldn't be more proud or happy for our players.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Questions?
Blake, just real quick, can you talk about what this means to you? You had not played in an Army-Navy game before. This is your first experience, and you come out here and do magical things.
Yeah, I think like you said, it's frustrating, and it was hard to watch on the sideline for the past 2 years, and we wanted to be able to control it and leave my mark on the game, and I'm just so proud of everybody, the seniors, these guys here, offensive line, shoot, I know we didn't win no Joe Moore, but it looks like the rushing yards was 271 to 113, so it's just the facts right there. And, we played hard today and we wanted more.
Like, you take us to the emotion of, like, those final 30 seconds when you're telling everyone to stand up, and then when the team rushes the field after you win, what's kind of going through your mind at that point?
I mean, you can go back to February. I think it was like February 27th. We walk into, our winter workouts, and the CIC trophy is literally plastered on every locker, every wall, everywhere around the room. And it's been since February that we've put this game in our head. And honestly, you look, it was just so many things in that game, and we preached the past few years. We lost it on the goal line, and we got beat on the goal line. We got out physicaled, and to see us get inside the 5 twice this game, and to just honestly overpower them and get in, I think that's why so many people were excited, because that's what we've been preaching since February. So all those emotions obviously come to fruition in those last 30 seconds, and we did it for the fans, so we just wanted to get them excited.
Who has the mic? Yeah, right there.
This is for each of you, kind of going off of what you said, Blake, looking at the fact that Army had won the last 2 and 6 of the last 8, just what it means to bring that trophy, Commander-in-Chief's trophy, back home, as well as to win this game after the adversity of the season for each of you.
Obviously, I think it goes without saying that it means a lot to our team, but kind of on a bigger level, when you look at the brigade and midshipmen, it means a lot to them as well. So just kind of having the honor to bring that trophy back to them and give it to them too. So they're a big part of our team, even though it doesn't really seem like that sometimes.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that, along with the brigade of midshipmen, all of those who've gone before us and everybody that graduated, everybody comes back to watch this game, and people that can't make it, they're watching on TV. So I feel like it's for us, for the brigade, and for everybody that came before us.
I told a lot of my friends, there's a pain that comes in singing first in this game, and we didn't want to do it again. And that was the ultimate thing. And like they said, I don't think anyone in the brigade wanted to sing first. I don't think any of the fans wanted to sing first this year, so we really just wanted to do it for them.
Dave, and then we'll get over here. Right next.
Gentlemen, from singing first to scoring first, Blake, what did it mean for you guys to have the confidence to be able to get in the end zone on your first possession?
Yeah, I don't think there was any hesitancy in our game plan or our play calling or how we played. We weren't afraid of going out there and knew, what our game plan was going to be, and we executed it really well in that first drive. And Alex had the big play, and the offensive line getting out there to block on the screen pass. So yeah, that's been our goals all season: to start games fast. And beginning of the year, we didn't do that so well, so it was really great to start this one out fast.
Question for the other guys: what did it mean to have the short fields? You had a couple of interceptions to set up short fields offensively. Also, the big play on special teams. Tons of big plays, including your touchdowns today.
Obviously, it's very helpful from the offensive side of things. It takes away plays that we have to get yards, and I think that really just shows how bad our defense wanted it. They played their tails off today, and I think you look at that Army offense, and they're impressive. They run the ball really well, and they can throw the ball too. So I think it just really shows how tough our defense is.
And it's complementary football. Like our defense make a stop and we make a play. Complementary football. Like I feel like when we're both doing our jobs, we're unstoppable.
How the AP set up with AP as we see it. All these celebrations we see during the year, did you realize the spike was a penalty? I didn't know it myself. And then did you have a sense this year, of this week, that you were ready for this game?
For the spike, I didn't, just kind of out of body experience there for a second. So that something I won't be doing again. That was a first and last for me. So
quote from Eli Heidenreich: "I don't know what I just did. I just blacked out."
And what about this week? Did y'all sense that you were ready for this game?
Absolutely. I think it was one of our best weeks of preparation. You go to either side of the field, and there was just this kind of buzz on both sides. We were, practicing our tails off, and I certainly felt the offensive side was ready. And then we go against the defense a little bit, and they're hitting hard, and there's just an edge to this game. And you could sense it in practice this week.
Blake, Coach Newberry hired Coach Cronick because he wanted to do something different offensively. It's been banging your head against the wall, trying to run option against Army and Air Force. Can you talk about his schemes, his creativity, getting a lot of explosive plays, and against both Air Force and Army, you rolled up the points and yards.
Yeah, I think, the past few years, I mean, we've run 3 different offenses since I've been here, so I've seen something different every year going into this game, and I think, there was just something different about this year. We weren't trying to create a new offense for this game. We were doubling down on what we've done and what we're going to do, and there was no fear of, I think sometimes when you play this game and you look at, their defense had only let up 13, 14 points per game, and you want to take care of the ball and not, get turnovers. And Coach Kronick said it, we weren't afraid to swing the sword and take the big shots and, and just run our normal offense.
For all you guys, how different is it when you see a guy like Landon rumbling down for 29 yards, and how much did that, I know you guys were still ahead, but how much did that just shift the energy of this game from, one score essentially to blowout?
Yeah, that was definitely a turning point in the game. I caught punts for a good portion this year, and if I was back there and I saw a 300-pound Landon Robinson run at me, I would be very scared. So he's definitely it's fun to see him watch to run the ball. So.
Yeah, it was definitely electric. It wasn't surprising. We knew he was capable of it. He did it before last year, so that was definitely cool, especially after a 3-and-out, and we were like, okay, we got to score next time we get back on the field, and next thing you know, we're back on the field. So it was definitely electric.
Just expected. Landon, made the biggest, athletic freaks list this season. And that's what he is. We'll work on the ball security, but otherwise it was. I also say I could sense it was coming. I don't get the play calls for that, but I made sure to stay on the sidelines and watch that one. So it was nice to see him rumbling down the sideline. We'll see, maybe 20 miles an hour, maybe.
Eli, you make a guy miss, and you look up, and there's 40 yards open field in front of you. What? You blacked out when you spiked the ball, but in the moments before that, what goes through your head when you see the defender sliding past you and you've got nothing in front of you?
Obviously, it's a great feeling. I think the big thing is, your next step, don't trip. You got all that space in front of you. You don't want to be falling down your own. But I think a big thing is just hitting your stride and just accelerating down the sideline. So.
Landon, how did you guys manage to control the line of scrimmage and basically keep Bryson Daly in check the whole game?
Yeah, absolutely. Just maintaining our gap leverage, maintaining our gap integrity is something we've talked about, in the bye week and all week, just training on just, once you get, hands on the blocker, you just got to make sure you get in your gap and just make sure you stay there. So, yeah.
Landon, what was the call there? What did you see that triggered you to call that?
The fake punt?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the fake punt is just something that we saw, just something that, we worked on for pretty much all season. We showed it at the South Florida game as well. They just gave us the right look, and I just called it from on the field, and there we go. Yeah.
What were you waiting to see when you saw it?
Yeah, I just waiting to see them move a certain way, and yeah, that was about it. So, yeah, they made the wrong move, so there it is.
Question for Colin. Army over 300 yards per game on the ground offensively this year, number 1 in the nation. You guys hold them to 2.9 yards per carry. What was the approach? What was the execution?
Man, I'm just so proud of this defense. Guys like Landon and DP, we were confident in what we could do, and we came out here and did it, so I'm so proud of these guys.
What does it mean for you as a senior to play your last regular season game in that uniform, beating the team up north?
It's such a blessing, us seniors. We talked about the legacy that we would leave behind and how, we've had a good season. As Coach Monken said, they had a good season, but we made it our great season this year.
For each of you, just what you can say about Coach Newberry and just what he's meant to this team, what his leadership has done for each of you personally, and maybe what the message was going in.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's just just been a great coach. Overall, just these past 2 years has just been absolutely amazing. Him transitioning from defensive coordinator to head coach, and him just pushing the brotherhood. Our program. The service academies in general, just not like any other program in the country. So pushing the brotherhood and making sure we stay close to the team is just something he's been really good at, and I really appreciate it.
I love Coach Newberry. We've great staff. They trust us. We trust them. Couldn't be more grateful for them.
Kind of like what these two guys said, Coach Newberry has been great for us. Even back when he was our D coordinator, a lot of guys have much respect for him because he goes about his business a certain way, and we just respect it.
So for Landon and Colin, can you talk about the pride he brought into this game. I mean, that's an offensive line that just won the Joe Moore Award as the best offensive line in the country. They're used to resetting the line of scrimmage, getting their ball carriers to the second and third level. You did not allow that today. You did not give up an inch. I mentioned 31 total tackles by 3 down linemen. Pretty remarkable. Kyle and Colin both had 7 each. They did not get past the first and second level.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's something that, like I said, we focus on the bye week and this week, and it's just something that I take pride in personally. Is just making sure they can't climb to the next level. So that's something I take pride in, and I'm glad we were able to get it done.
Yeah, and we talked about how we were worried about ourselves. We weren't worried about the awards they were winning, what they were doing. We knew how good of a football team we are, how good of a defense we are, and we showed that today.
And DP, can you talk about how the secondaries lights up when they get in those third and longs, and Bryson Daly gets into having to throw in third and long, obvious throwing situations as opposed to all year when he's been throwing on his terms?
Well, first and second down, we kind of thank the D-line front seven really for knocking them off track and putting us in those positions. And we know they're going to get to them on third down, which is going to make them throw up a pass that he probably doesn't want to throw. And we just capitalize on the opportunities. So we kind of go hand in hand. Our front seven and the secondary, they lean on us, we lean on them. So yeah.
Landon, based on the results, are you looking for more carries in this offense?
If Coach Cronick wants to give us a package, that'd be great. But I'm good with defense as well. So yes, sir.
More serious note, but when people think about Service Academy football, I don't think they necessarily think that the trenches are the strength always. Given your performance today, as Bill mentioned, your colleagues' performance today up front, what do you think that kind of says about the versatility of the athletes you guys have up front?
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that, obviously we're not always going to be the biggest or, the strongest up front, but it's something that, the technique and the quickness and the speed that you use can overcome that. And that's something I think we showed today. So I'm just thankful for it.
Colin, if Landon made the play of the game, you definitely saved that play by hopping on top of the ball. Two couple questions. One, what were you thinking as you followed him down? And two, does he owe you anything for saving that play?
No, he doesn't owe me anything. What he did today on the defensive line was good enough. I'll take that. We had the play called, and we preach effort. So once I made my block, I just was trailing after him, and I was in a good spot. Goodbye to the next
Colin, you've talked about this team wanting to leave a legacy, this open up to all y'all, but what does it mean to bring the Commander-in-Chief's trophy back?
Yeah, it just capitalizes on the season that we've been talking about. We faced a few bumps in the road with Rice and Notre Dame and stuff like that, but we kept the course. We knew how good of a team we could be, and I'm just so proud of these guys.
Yeah, it means everything to me, and it means everything to the team in general. Just all year, you go to school and everyone talks about beat Army. That's like our motto that we say every single day. So actually getting that done it means a lot. And it's the first time I've done it since I've been here. So super proud. Yeah.
And like Colin said, kind of put a capitalization on our season, especially for the seniors. We haven't won it since our freshman year, and we couldn't go out our senior year without getting the trophy back and having that feeling, that joy we had from freshman year. So.
Any other questions? What is it like singing first? I mean, what's it like singing second when you sing their alma mater? And how sweet is it to be wrapping up that final verse when you know you get to sing second?
It's awesome. There's nothing like it. Yeah. Nothing like it.
Yeah. I took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, it means everything. Yeah.
All right, one more.
President, I know it's the other side of the football, but you've seen behind the scenes what Blake has had to do to be able to play in this game with the injuries he's dealt with. What can you guys say just about not only did he play today, but his performance in this game and what he was able to do?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just the importance of treatment. Obviously as a quarterback, especially in the triple option, you're going to get, dings and you're going to get hit a lot. So just making sure you're, staying in the training room, making sure he's as healthy as possible is very important.
He's a tough dude.
Yeah.
He's a tough dude.
Yeah.